Thank you, Chairman Peterson, Ranking Member Conaway. Thanks for the opportunity to testify before you today on behalf of my constituents in New Jersey's 7th District. There are upwards of 10,000 farm operations in New Jersey. We are among the nation's leading producers of blueberries, cranberries, peaches, squash, cucumbers, peppers, and more. We have a particularly dynamic and vibrant agricultural sector in the 7th District. Our farms sold more than $130 million worth of products in 2017 alone, and according to the Organic Trade Organization, we have more organic operations in the 7th District than in any other in New Jersey. We're truly lucky to have the farmers markets, the vineyards, the family farms that we do. They define the character of much of my district, and I am proud to represent them in Washington. In my almost 1 year in this job, I've had the opportunity to visit a number of these farmers and growers to hear directly from them. I want to give a shout out to a few, to Alistede Farms and the Stony Hill Farm Market in Chester, New Jersey, Ashley's Farms in Flanders, Snowbird Farms in Long Valley, Clucas Farms in Califon, the Beneducci Vineyard in Snyder, Research and Extension Farm in Pittstown, the Copper Creek Landscape and Nursery in Frenchtown, New Jersey. Every one of these farms is different and their priorities can vary, but there are a few recurring themes that I've heard on my visits to every farm in my district. First and foremost, on labor. As you know, there's considerable frustration with the H-2A program as it's currently administered. Too few workers and an overly cumbersome application process are making it harder for our farmers to access the experienced labor that they need. And I have to say, talking to farmers in my district, you really get the sense of the disconnect between the debate on immigration that we have in Washington and the reality that our constituents experience. I think we've got, if we're going to be realistic, we have a choice here. We can go on as we have with an unstated but very real policy in which we as Americans, as consumers, as producers, pay people to come to this country, including to work on farms, and then take their kids at the border if they try. Or we can do what Republicans and Democrats tried to do with near success a few years ago, and to try to craft legislation that is going to enforce our immigration laws, but to treat people here like human beings. I am very happy to see that the Bipartisan Farm Workforce Modernization Act does that. It hews to that principle and addresses a lot of the challenges that I've heard from farmers in my district, and I very much look forward to voting for it later today. Next, on trade, our farmers don't want last-minute bailout checks from the government. They want to sell the products they devoted their lives to growing. This administration's habit of starting trade wars without the allies we need to win them or a strategy for winning them is putting many of America's farmers at risk, including the soybean growers in my district who have seen the China market dry up as a result of the president's shoot first, aim later approach. Finally, on climate, unpredictable and extreme weather events pose grave risks to farmers' livelihoods. Last year was particularly wet in northern New Jersey, which led to significant crop loss and other challenges for farmers and growers. We need bold action to confront climate change for a whole host of reasons. Protecting our farmers' harvests is one of them. I want to close briefly by highlighting the important farmland preservation work happening throughout my district, including in Hunterdon County, New Jersey, where more than 400 farms have been preserved since 1985, more than in any other county in my state. These farms provide fresh produce to local communities. They are tourist attractions. They are an integral part of the history and identity of the beautiful part of the state that I'm privileged to represent. Preservation prevents these farms from being lost forever and ensures they can continue to contribute to our economy. Hunterdon County is leading the way in our state when it comes to farmland preservation. I look forward to working with members of this committee to ensure that USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service, the county's federal partner in these preservation efforts, is well funded into the future. Once again, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity to testify For all your efforts to help our farmers, I look forward to working with you.